While Oris has phased out certain models of the Diver 65 family, they are still introducing new iterations, including the model we're looking at today, the Diver 65 Glow. The Glow combines the best of all the iterations of the Diver 65 family with a fun twist on the lume. Let's take a closer look. I'd like to quickly thank Saltzman's Watches for sending in this watch for review. A link to the watch is in the description, and if you mention Watch Clicker, Saltzman's will throw you a discount on the watch. Back to the review. The Diver 65 Glow comes in at 40mm wide, 48mm lug to lug, and 11mm wrist to crystal. The Diver 65 is meant to be a skin diver, hence the slightly lower water resistance rating, but the dimensions live into the subgroup of dive watches perfectly. It is light and comfortable on the wrist, while not fading too far away like some smaller dive watches might. The bezel is relatively thin to give the dial some room to breathe, and combined with the small amount of text on the dial, the Diver 65 feels both vintage and contemporary. The thin case and small turn down in the lugs are complemented by a bracelet with a ridiculous taper of 20mm at the watch head to 14mm at the clasp. The rivet-style bracelet with this extreme taper gives the watch a vintage aesthetic. The modern materials on the case, crystal, and solid bracelet make it feel like the new watch it is. This iteration of the Diver 65 is nicknamed the Glow. It's obvious to see where the nickname comes from. That isn't the lume actually glowing from light exposure, it is the natural state of the lume used. It essentially looks like lume that is always glowing, which if you're a fan of lume is a huge plus. This lume color will most likely be a love it or hate it thing, but Oris has done a great job of coordinating the lume with the dial color. The gray is perfect for the turquoise colored lume plots. The dial also has a slight texture to it. I didn't notice it until I started shooting close-ups of the dial for this review, but once I saw it, I realized how much depth it added to the dial at a normal viewing distance. It almost has a sunburst effect to it, and reminded me of the texture on the Tudor Black Bay 58. The bottom line is, Oris did a fantastic job on this dial. I won't go so far to say that this is a watch no one asked for. The Diver 65 is a great line of watches, and has offered Oris the versatility to do a lot with the platform, much like the Black Bay for Tudor. The Glow strikes me as Oris's attempt to have fun with the Diver 65 line. It isn't very often you see a watch from a big Swiss brand that has such funky colored lume on one of their mainstream releases. The best part about this watch is that they put it in the right case. The Diver 65 line has a few different case sizes, but the 40mm case is the one that's just right. It has proportions that work extremely well for a skin diver, and even with the lume color, allows the Diver 65 to fit into nearly any occasion you can throw at it. If you still want to know a little bit more about the Diver 65, specifically this case, I have a full review of the Diver 65 with Arabic numerals, and will put a link to it in the description. If you've liked the Diver 65 for some time, but wanted something with less of a vintage aesthetic, then the Diver 65 Glow is the one you've been waiting for. Thanks for checking out the video review of the Oris Diver 65 Glow. For more reviews, check out watchclicker.com. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.